Alright, so join me as we watch every single horror movie from the year 2000. So today we're looking at an all-time classic werewolf movie, Ginger Snaps. It was directed by John Fawcett and written by Karen Walton. It stars Emily Perkins and Catherine Isabelle.
So, Fitz, I think we should get together.
No.
It starts off with two twisted sisters in suburban Ontario with the fascination of death.
Out by 16 or dead in the scene, but together forever.
United against life as we know it.
A mysterious creature is roaming the neighborhood and mutilating pets until one night it attacks Ginger. And this is where the film really takes off, where Ginger has to deal with puberty as well as becoming a werewolf, in a not so subtle and heavy-handed metaphor of body transformation.
This stage of development, during which the physical changes from child to adult occur, is called puberty.
Fawcett decided to use primarily practical effects, hiring Paul Jones to do the prosthetics and creature design. Jones had previously worked on Blade, The Bride of Chucky, and the Hellraiser franchise. Fawcett, working with Jones, really wanted to create a more skeletal werewolf, something that incorporated more skin and muscle than fur. They wanted to move away from the guy in a suit that was usually seen in traditional werewolf movies. To do so, Jones actually flew in a crew from London who had finished working on The Phantom Menace to help him construct and sculpt the werewolf. The result is something visceral and wonderfully gory, with some fun effects. Ginger Snaps is a unique movie which fills the werewolf niche in a subgenre which never attained the heights in popularity as the vampire, or zombie movies which became so popular. You see, unfortunately, Ginger Snaps was coming off the Columbine shootings a year earlier and nearly 2 decades of ridiculous satanic panic, which would leave the public paranoid and looking for scapegoats in the media to explain what they saw as a degradation of youth and morals. Outsider culture and teenage violence were being examined closely by the media, and having characters who identified as outsiders was exactly what would set off alarm bells in any concerned parenting group in the late 90s. As a result, Ginger Snaps was having trouble securing funding. It got so bad that the film was boycotted by casting directors, further pushing back production. The director, Fawcett, had further difficulties in securing a school to shoot the movie in due to its stigma placed on the film as a teen slasher, which it really wasn't. It premiered at the Munich Fantasy Film Festival before hopping to other various film festivals, garnering positive word of mouth. Ginger Snaps had a limited release and only managed to make $500,000 at the global box office during its theatrical run. But the film made an impact upon its home video release, earning about $350,000 and becoming a cult favorite. It did well enough to spawn a sequel, Ginger Snaps 2, and a bizarre prequel called Ginger Snaps Back: The Beginning, which sees Isabelle and Perkins reprise their roles of Bridget and Ginger, but transported back to the 19th century and having almost nothing to do with the original film.
We're almost not even related anymore.
I can't recommend this one enough, and it's definitely up there with some of the best werewolf movies ever made. And there we go, getting the good ones out of the way. Next up, What Lies Beneath.